Students, in the previous lecture we have seen the different types of orbitals, that is s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and so on. We have seen that actually these are not the orbitals but these are the subshells, and that subshells possess different kinds of orbitals. We have seen that s subshell has only one orbital, it is named as s. But the p subshell consists of three orbitals named as px, py and pz. While d subshells possess five kinds of orbitals named as dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. We have seen the shapes of that orbitals. Now, in an atom, the electrons are filled in these various orbitals. Today we will see this orbital wise distribution of electrons in an atom, and here that orbital wise distribution of electrons in the orbital is given by one principle which is named as Aufbau principle. So today we are going to study the Aufbau principle. But before going to discuss this principle, I will tell you about the energies of these orbitals. We know that the atom possesses orbits, they are having different energies. Obviously, the orbitals will also possess different energies. And these energies of the orbitals are decided by one rule which is named as N plus L rule. Because the energy of an orbital depends upon mainly two quantum numbers, principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. And therefore, with the help of this rule, you can determine the energy of each orbital. Now, what is that rule? We will see. Here, the orbital which is having maximum value of n plus L is having the larger energy, and those orbitals which possess lower value of n plus L, they possess less energy. I will take some examples so that you will get the idea. Let's see again around the nucleus there is a first orbit. It will possess again only one orbital and it is named as 1s orbital. I will take the example of 1s orbital. Now for the 1s orbital, we know that n is equal to 1 and l is equal to 0, and therefore the value of n plus l will become equal to 1 plus 0, that is 1. So this is the orbital which is having lowest energy. Now let's see the second orbit, that is second shell, n is equal to 2. We know that it possesses two orbitals named as 2s and 2p. So I will take the 2s orbital. Here for 2s orbital, n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 0. So the addition will become 2. While here, let's see 2p orbital. Second shell possesses two orbitals, 2s and 2p orbital. Here for 2p orbital, again n is equal to 2 and l is equal to 1, and therefore the sum will become 3. Means here 1s orbital will possess lowest energy. The orbital having higher energy than 1s will be 2s. Then the next orbital will be 2p. In this manner, the orbitals will be arranged. But see the third shell. Here we know that the third shell possesses three subshells, and that subshells are named as 3s, 3p and 3v. Now let's see the 3s subshell. Here for the 3s, we know that n is equal to 3 and n is equal to 0. again the sum becomes 3. Here for 3p, here n is equal to 3, l is equal to 1, and therefore n plus l value becomes 4. And for 3b, here l is equal to 2, so the summation is 5. Now observe these two cases. Here in case of 2p orbital and 3s orbital, the sum of azimuthal quantum number and the principal quantum number, that is n plus l, is same. Now in such case, this rule is again modified. Now if the orbitals are having the same value of n plus l, then the orbital which is having lower value of n will possess the minimum energy. So out of these two orbitals, that is 2p and 3s, the orbital having the lowest value of n, that is 2p, and that's why this 2p orbital will have less energy than the 3s orbital. So I will write here the orbital energy sequence. 1s is having lowest energy, 2s is having again greater energy. Out of these two, that is 2p and 3s, the 2p will possess less energy because it is having less value of n. 3s, then I will write about 3p, and then we will see the next case. Now let's see the fourth shell. Here for the fourth shell, we know that 4 kinds of orbitals are there: 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So here again n is equal to 4, l is equal to 0, and therefore the sum will become 4. So again you will observe that these 3p and 4s orbitals are having same values of n plus l, and therefore the orbitals with lowest value of n, that is 3p, will have the lowest energy. But you observe the case of 4p orbital. Here you will again find the sum of n and l is 5, and therefore out of 3d and 4p, here which orbital will have lowest energy? Obviously the 3d. So after 3p orbital, here you have to write 4s, which is having lowest energy, and then you have to write 3d orbital whose energy is greater than the 4s orbital. The next one, that is 4p orbital. In this manner you can again give the energy of 4d orbital where l is equal to 2, and therefore the sum of n plus l becomes 6. Similarly for 4f orbital, n is equal to 4, l is equal to 3, and therefore the summation is 7, and that's why the next higher energy orbital will be 4d, and after that there will be the 4f orbital. In this manner you can arrange all the orbitals according to their increasing energies. Okay, and in an atom these orbitals are distributed in this manner according to their increasing order of energies, and the electrons are also distributed in these orbitals on the basis of their increasing order of energies. So you have to remember this increasing energy order of the orbitals. Now here the electrons are distributed in the various orbitals. Now in this case, this orbital which is having the lowest energy, that is called as the ground state of an atom. Okay, the electrons are filled initially in the ground state, that is lowest energy orbital. We know that in an atom the orbitals or the shells, number of shells are present. Here I have shown you only the 4 shells for taking the example. But if an atom possesses large number of shells, then you have to arrange that shells or subshells or the orbitals on the basis of their increasing energies. Now here this increasing energy order is given with the help of n plus m rule, but every time it is not necessary to arrange these orbitals by calculating the value of n plus l. So here above has given one order on the basis of simple diagram. Okay, I will show that diagram. Here we know that first shell possesses only one s orbital, the second shell possesses two orbitals, 2s and 2p, the third one possesses 3s, 3p and 3d orbitals, the fourth one will possess 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f orbitals. The fifth shell is having 5 orbitals, 5s, 5p, then 5d, 5f and the last one, that is 5g. But it is not necessary to go beyond f orbitals. Here 6 shell will also possess 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f, then 6g and 6h. But we will stop here. And the last one, that is 7s, 7th shell will possess these orbitals. Okay, 7 subshells are there, but we are showing only the 4 subshells. Now, in order to write this increasing order of the orbitals, I will show how it is written. Now start with the first shell, that is first orbital, in this manner. Okay, make an arrow. Here this is a tail of this arrow and this one is the head of this arrow. Now when we reach to the head of this arrow, then again go towards the tail of the second arrow in this manner. So after reaching here up to this head, you have to go here. Okay, then come across the atomic orbital. You will reach 2s orbital, that is next higher energy orbital. Then again draw the arrows like this. I will draw the arrows in this diagram. Now in every case what we have to do? We have to go from the tail of first arrow towards the head of the first arrow. Then you have to go towards tail of second arrow to the head of that second arrow. Then again go towards the tail of third arrow. You will reach here now 2p orbital. Here after 2p you will reach to the 3s orbital, that is next higher energy orbital. Again you go towards the tail of fourth arrow. You will reach the next higher energy orbital, which is 3p, I have shown here. Then 4s. So in this way you will obtain the energy level sequence for all orbitals. Then you obtain here 3d, 4p, 5s. After 5s, here after 3d you are getting 4p. After 4p you have to write here 5s. Okay, and then after 5s we are going towards 4d, then 5p, then 6s, then 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s and so on. In this way you can write the energy order, energy level sequence for all orbitals, and with the help of this increasing order of the energies of all the orbitals, you can show the orbital wise distribution of electrons with the help of this principle. So with the help of this rule or with the help of this increasing order of the energies of different kinds of orbitals, now you can study well the above principle. Actually, this above is a Greek word. Okay, it is a Greek word and its meaning is building up. Above is a German word, not Greek word, and its meaning is building up. The building up means the filling of orbitals with the electrons in the ground state of an atom. Building up means the filling of orbitals in the ground state of an atom with the help of electrons. Now, how the orbitals are filled with electrons, we will see here. Here, actually, above principle tells us that the orbitals are filled with the electrons in the increasing order of their energies. I have shown here the increasing order of the energies with the help of this diagram. You have to remember this increasing order of energies and remember well the n plus n rule. Now let's see the statement of this principle. In the ground state of an atom, the orbitals are filled with electrons in the order of increasing energies. In the ground state of an atom, the orbitals are filled with the help of increasing order of their energies. Means the electrons are filled first in 1s orbital. Once this 1s orbital is filled, then they will go towards the second s orbital. Here again they will go into the 2p orbital. In this manner the electrons are arranged in different orbitals with the help of this principle. This principle, obviously, it is based on the increasing order of energies of orbitals. And this increasing order of energies of orbitals is shown here. Okay. Here this principle is also based on one more principle which is named as a Pauli's exclusion principle. And the third one, that is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. इलेक्ट्रॉनचं ऑर्बिटलमध्ये डिस्ट्रीब्युशन होत असताना फक्त या ऑर्डरचाच विचार आपल्याला करून चालणार नाही, तर त्याबरोबरच तुम्हाला पॉलीज एक्सक्लुजन प्रिन्सिपल आणि हंट्स रूल ऑफ मॅक्झिमम मल्टिप्लिसिटी याचा देखील आधार घ्यावा लागतो. ठीक आहे. आता या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की प्रत्येक ऑर्बिटलची कॅपॅसिटी काय असते. एव्हरी ऑर्बिटल possess only 2 electrons. We know that 1s orbital has 2 electrons. The maximum number of electrons in s orbital are 2, while p orbital will possess 6 electrons. We know that the p orbitals or p subshells are of 3 kinds: px, pz and py, and every orbital possess 2 electrons. So the maximum capacity of p subshell is of 6 electrons. Again, the capacity of p subshell is of 10 electrons. We have seen the capacity of each subshell in the previous lecture. So you have to remember that capacity also. Now we will see what is the Pauli's exclusion principle. And after studying the Pauli's exclusion principle and Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, we will see how the electronic configuration of an atom is written. So discuss first the Pauli's exclusion principle. What is the statement of this principle? The statement is very important. No 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum numbers. No 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum numbers. This is a statement of this principle. In order to explain this principle, I will take one example. Consider the electrons present in helium atom. We know that the atomic number of helium is 2, means 2 electrons are present in helium. Now, for these 2 electrons, I will show the 4 quantum numbers. Okay. Now, let's see the first electron. Here, for the first electron, N. What is N? Here, that 2 electrons will obviously present in 1s orbital, because we know that the 1s orbital is having lowest energy and the capacity of 1s orbital is of 2 electrons. So, these 2 electrons will be present in this lowest energy 1s orbital for helium, and that's why N is equal to 1 for this first electron. The value of N will be 0. Value of Mn is again 0 by using all the rules that we have seen in the previous lectures. Now here, this suppose first electron is spinning in clockwise direction, then its quantum number, spin quantum number will be plus 1/2. While let's see the case of second electron, this one. Again for the second electron, N is equal to 1, L is equal to 0, N is equal to 0. But we know the rule that the 2 electrons can have in the same orbital never possess the same spin. If one electron is spinning in clockwise direction, then the other electron will spin in anti-clockwise direction. That is, its spin quantum number value will be different, that is minus 1/2. In this case, you will observe that though these 3 quantum number values are same, the 4th quantum number is different. Means these 2 electrons are not having a same set of 4 quantum numbers. You can take the other examples of any atom, which you can take the electrons present in that orbitals of that atoms. Here you will observe that though any 3 quantum number values are same, that atom will possess the 4th quantum number, which must be different. So no 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set of 4 quantum numbers. Here, this principle can also be stated in another manner. That is, see the statement, only 2 electrons can occupy same orbital. We know that the orbital is having only 2 electrons. Only 2 electrons can occupy the same orbital and they must have opposite spin. एकाच ऑर्बिटल मध्ये जे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन असतात त्यांच्या स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर व्हॅल्यू मात्र कशा असतात, अपोजिट असतात. एकाची +1/2 असते आणि दुसऱ्याची -1/2 असते. अशा पद्धतीनं हे पॉलीज एक्सक्लुजन प्रिन्सिपल याचा देखील वापर आपण इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन लिहित असताना किंवा अबव प्रिन्सिपल एक्सप्लेन करत असताना करणार आहोत. नेक्स्ट प्रिन्सिपल आहे हंट्स रूल ऑफ मॅक्झिमम मल्टिप्लिसिटी. हा जो रूल आहे तो मात्र आपण नेक्स्ट लेक्चरला बघूया आणि त्यानंतर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन एखाद्या ॲटमचं कसं लिहायचं हे देखील बघूया. थँक्यू.